So it was Jan 6th, and people were very upset about it and trying to remember this day that they'll apparently never forget. I personally don't even remember where I was or what I was doing on January 6th, which I
Ah,
think is a testament to how important that date really is. I could tell you most other important dates, but not Jan 6th, but the ladies at the View, Mike, they were very bent out of shape over January.
no. Do you have a View clip? You know I love the View.
Mike, The View is back. How could I go the first week back of The View and not do The View, man? We have to get The View in there. Plus, they just spent weeks being all pent up over everything, right?
I
So
think, Adam Carolla, I think, was talking about it, who's trying to do a spin-off, like a counter to The View, with female comedians who are right wing?
Rob Schneider.
Rob Schneider, that's right, yeah.
Yes.
That would be pretty good. I'd like to see that. But come on, The View has to only be there so, like, podcasters can make fun of them. Somebody's paying them just so we can make fun of them.
I couldn't agree more. And I think the same is true for CNN and
Yeah.
MSNBC. MSNBC is no longer on TV anymore, I think. I've seen that they've, like, completely
Dude,
disappeared.
I just saw an interview with that Caitlin Clark with JD Vance,
Ooh,
and I
yeah.
and I was like, "Dude, this chick is still around? Are they still paying her?" Like,
Oh,
I
dude.
thought Trump ruined your career. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, absolutely. I can't believe they're still there. Anderson Cooper, he makes like 20 million a year, whatever it was that we covered. I
Oh,
mean, it's
yeah, well,
totally
he's
outrageous.
CIA.
He is CIA, and when it comes to the CIA, they need to keep their boys taken care of, right?
His daddy owns the company, and by that I mean CIA.
It's the same it's probably the same company that owns whoever's producing Sean Ryan's podcast, I imagine.
Oh,
Same
100%.
same side shoot or shell company, right? They're in charge of all these
Is he still in hiding?
no, I think he's back.
Came out
Came out of hiding.
came out of hiding, and now we got 8 more weeks of winter. That's
I like
Is that how that works?
I can't like get over that whole email that now is apparently potentially totally bogus that they were talking about
Yeah.
on
I
that
told
thing.
you be careful with that guy, he's known to do it.
And for people to not see the obvious kind of situation unfolding here. I mean, it's a dude contractor for the CIA for 14 years. Do you think he's not being contracted anymore? I mean,
I
come
know,
on,
I
man.
know.
You don't just
D
I don't bel
I doubt it.
you don't just leave the CIA and
And
start
you're
a
done.
podcast. Oh, I'm gonna start now. Like, what, dude?
No, they're totally cool with it.
It's almost and I remember I was saying, I think he's like they're trying to like replace Alex Jones or something like that. Now I'm kind of thinking like maybe they're trying to replace Joe Rogan.
I think that's what they're trying to do, yeah, replace Joe Rogan.
They're trying to create their own because he's doing these long form 3-hour interviews with these people. So
And maybe too many people they don't want him to interview.
that's right.
You know,
Yeah.
like RFK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sean Ryan, CIA. So either way, I got the view. If you want to dig in, they're talking about
Of
Jan 6th.
course.
I thought it'd be fun to listen to. We haven't seen these gals in a while. They put on their Sunday best, except for Bebop and Rocksteady.
Whoopi's given up on everything, dude.
I think Whoopi's doing full like fatigues now. She's gearing up for war, man. She's ready, dude. We got the gals at the View, and they're giving us the lowdown on their perspective of the anniversary of Jan 6th, and they're gonna toss it to Sunny Hoskins. I forget her name, but
God.
like she's probably one of our favorites to kind of clip from on this show. And she takes Jan 6th to a level I never thought was possible. But considering that we did just compare Trump to Hitler, it seems appropriate, I must.
And might I point out, even on The View, 3 white women?
Dude, I know.
Oh!
Yeah. All right. All right. So Is it 3 white women? I'm gonna go 2 white women. I think the one in the middle is a Latina.
No,
Yeah,
gotta
it's
be a white
Anna
chick.
Navarro.
She's throwing me off with the white suit.
I think so,
Is
dude.
that what that is?
It's a blurry image. I think you're not getting the clarity, and maybe she, hasn't been tanning as much as usual. Well, either way, we got the gals at the View, and Sonny's gonna give us a lowdown on Jan 6th.
What do we do? I think we need to find moral clarity, in this country. And I just remember after January 6th, you had someone like Mitch McConnell placing the blame on January 6th where it belonged, squarely on Donald Trump's shoulders. And then you started seeing people backtrack that and losing their moral center. You had Condoleezza Rice, I believe, on this very show saying, we need to move on from January 6th. I say no. You don't move on because January 6th was an atrocity. It was one of the worst moments in American history. And when you think about the worst moments in American history, like World War II, things that happened, like the Holocaust.
Dude, I know.
Excuse me?
These people. The fact that you have to go out there and say, "No, we don't need to move on." You need to move on because when the Holocaust happened, there was nobody out there like, "Hey guys, we just need to move on here." You know what I mean?
That's right, dude.
Forget about it, killed a couple Jews.
I mean, let's be honest, even the Holocaust survivors kinda moved on after a while, you know what I'm saying? They
Yeah,
lived
they
their
did, but
life.
nobody out there nobody who, like, complained about it 4 or 5 years later was met with, "Hey, Frank, no, you were in the camp, but dude, move on." You know what I mean? You know? Come
Yeah.
on, buddy.
She should say
Nobody
this.
who's what's his name? Pete Davidson, nobody tells him, like, every time he brings up his dad dying in 9/11, like, "Hey, Pete, move on, buddy." You
Move
know?
on.
Move on. No, because it's a fucking tragedy. You don't have to say that, and you don't have to defend him not moving on because it's a fucking tragedy. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
The fact that half the nation is like, "Hey, move on from January 6th," more than half actually, is like, "Hey, just move on." That's it, it's done. It's no longer a national travesty, or what did she say?
Um,
I
I
forgot
think
what she's
travesty, something along those lines, but, she should have, George, Takei on her show as a guest and ask him if he's moved on from his internment camp imprisonment, right?
like, he brings it up, George, please, move on. We're talking Jan 6th." I know the government locked you and your family up in this camp, but come on, talking Jan 6th.
The one thing we can't move on from. I'll tell you what, we can let people on the left obsess over Jan 6th and hold on to it if we can obsess with and hold on to the COVID lockdowns.
Fuck it. No, I just say hold on to it. I hope they run on it. 2028, I hope you run on January 6th.